All right, back in nature again. Well, it was a tough walk. I had quite a lot of things to take with me this time. But today is going to be something special. It's about a tent and my backpack. So, I have to catch the breath a little bit. Oh, yeah. The backpack with a tent wasn't so bad, but I thought that, okay, let's take some dry wood with us so I don't need to search for that and save the time so I can make this movie in daylight. It's gonna be dark in 2 or 3 hours. It's around about 1 o'clock now, and let's look at this backpack I have. Well, that's my jacket. Here it is. This one. This is a old Swedish military backpack in canvas, and its name is M59, I think, and this was in use after the World War II. There is one similar to this, which was in the beginning of the World War II, and this was later then. And this backpack M59 was the one before the famous LK-35 that many have, and but it is a little bit larger. It has a steel frame too, not the same kind, but still very functional, and it can take up to 65 liters, and we're going to talk about this one a little bit later. But first, I'm going to show you this canvas tent. Actually, it's not a canvas tent. It is canvas, but it's 2 ponchos. And I know there's many who have used the word Lavvu, the Polish Lavvu tent. Well, for the first, a Lavvu tent is made by poles, several poles, and then put some shelter around it. But you can call it Lavvu because it looks like it. So let's say it is a Polish Army Lavvu tent. The content is 2 ponchos and aluminium pole in the middle. So that's what I'm going to set up here. Now, this is the 2 poncho tents or ponchos, and it contains 2 bags of poles. Each soldier in the Polish army in the 70s and 80s had 1 poncho and 1 bag of 3 poles. So you can actually make a shelter with 1 poncho, but the bigger one is with those 2. So if 2 persons meet up together, they can make a shelter which is closed together. And this is what I'm going to set up over here, I think. Oh, the weather is quite good. There's no sunshine, but in the forecast it can be snowing this later tonight. What more? Yeah, the old pole which I made last time, still here, so no one has been here since I was here last. I think this is a good spot to put this tent because you have this ground, part of ground which is flat. So let's get started. Okay, the 2 poles. It came with 10 pegs, but I don't know if those were going to be the best ones for choice. So I took some other 10 pegs that I had. I actually put the 10 pegs inside the pole because they have like 2 of these of plastic stops, and the 10 pegs are like this, titanium, hard, a little bit longer. So I'm hoping that this is going to work for me. I have another ones if I don't succeed with these ones. First thing you have to do is to button them on one place together. And you see you have like one button like this, and then you take this other inside also in the same button. This way you get it waterproof. So I'm almost finished with this, and then I will then I will change the view to the ground, and I'll show how to set up. Right. Alright, so now I have put the poles together, 10 poles around it, and then I'm gonna insert a ground sheet on inside, and then I will put the aluminium pole. Then I'm gonna show you how it looks like. As you see, it's quite dark here, so it's very tight canvas, and this is how it looks like. I tried it inside. There's plenty of room, and the buttoning thing to button up all these, it wasn't that hard. Some people think it's very troublesome, but for me, no, I don't think so. You could actually use these ones to pull this one out a little bit more, or if you need to, but there's no really need for that. It's holding itself by the pegs. These ones did actually work quite well. Titanium 10 pegs, and there's nothing much to say about that. I'm quite close to the river, so my guess is that the wind is coming from that hole, sometimes from that place. So I'm pretty protected on this side, so I can open that one or the other one, or close the other one, and vice versa, to regulate the protection from the wind. Another question has come up quite a lot on the YouTube, and which side is the right one? So some think that the buttons should be on the outside to protect this one more, but I don't think it's gonna leak anything at all. But if you think about how to use this poncho when you use it as poncho, This one is for the outside. It's protecting your shoulders. And if you want to have a dry inside when you need to move again and it's raining outside, then it's best to have this side out, because this is going to be wet if it's raining. So you can actually use your poncho right away before taking away, and it's going to be some kind of dryness inside, and all the wet side is outside. So that's why I choose to have this side as the outer layer. Let's see which year this is made. 1987. Oh, it's quite new one. It can be like from the 70s and beginning of the 80s, and this is late 80s. I'm liking this so far. I put a ground sheet on there, and the pole is going to the ground sheet. The tarp on the side has a silver side reflecting the heat. This side of the pole is actually having a larger plastic bottom, so I don't think it's gonna poke any hole on this this tarp. So I'm not worried about that. Quite sturdy, this one also. Anyways, I took a lot of food with me, and it's getting a little bit dark outside. I have some firewood, so so I can actually relax a little bit and make it more comfortable with my sleeping bag and with my sleeping bed. And I have my wool blanket also, so it's gonna be nice and cozy inside. Oh, this is fun. This is really fun. I'm gonna talk about this backpack later when I emptied it, and I can show you a little bit more about it. It's quite interesting, and I have done some modifications, and this modification is not anything that I changed on the backpack. I just added one or two things. So that is also a Swedish Army things I put onto it. So we're gonna talk about that later. All right, see you then. Okay, about this bag. It's a 65 liter in the optimal way, but I think it's more than that because there's a lot of space inside. It's like one big empty place here. Nothing at our side over here, but there's a pocket over here, and there's also a pocket in the lid here. Inside here there were two smaller sheets. One little black bag in cotton, and one pillow sheet also. So that came with it, and a plastic bag. So it's a really new one, almost not used. So I got it really cheap. 20 euros was the cost for this one. Okay, on the back there is a iron frame, but not the same as in the LK35, but this one is quite good. It's going inwards to keep the airflow coming in, and there's on this one it has a belt around the waist also, but a lot smaller. And that is the modification I made. I actually made a strap over here and put something more padding inside under this one, so it's going to be easier to carry when it's heavy. And then I also have a belt. It's a what do you call it? Fighting combat belt from the Swedish Army, and I put it around the frame also as extra for your waist. So that is the extra I put. Then I put some hooks on the side if I need to hang something from there. And it's leather up here where the frame goes inside, and it's totally in canvas, and it's it was a little bit lighter in the color before, but I waxed it. So I put some Fjällräven wax on this by rubbing the wax on that, and then take an iron, and so it melted into the fabric. Then I have a future one thing here. You see, you have a hook over here. That is for, depending on how big your bag is going to be when you carry it. There is a hook over here to keep it closed like this. But if you have less things with you, this is going to be your protection for the things inside. And you have another D-ring, I think you call it, which you can fasten in the hook, and the bag is smaller. I think it's quite clever. And okay, there's no side bags, but the bag inside is a lot bigger. So you have everything inside the bag, and you don't have anything on the side. It gets it's a little bit more rounder, and so far I'm liking it. Actually, I have been using the LK35 in the army when I was in the service. In my time, everyone made a service. All the guys at that time. Today, it's both guys and girls. I like that bag also. So it had a lot of good features also. But they are similar when you're carrying it. I feel that they are quite similar. But this had already a waistband, and that is a waist belt. I mean, I think that helps if you fall down. For example, if you fall when you're in the woods or skiing or something, and you fall forwards, the whole bag is like going up into your neck. So you can actually get injured on your neck and on your face onto the ground a little bit more, just because of that, because you don't have any waist belt. So in my opinion, it's always good to have something that is locking the bag to your waist. In that case, if you fell down on the ground and somehow the bag won't hit you in the neck. And yeah, that was the information about the bag. Oh, one more thing. I figured out, you see the shape of it? It goes like this. It's because if you have a helmet or something and you have the bag on your back, you can actually look up without hitting the bag in any ways. So your head is going free, so you can look at all the angles. Also future. Oh, so this is going to be my, what you call it, the bushcraft bag. I have a fjälldriven bag also, which is a 75-liter Abisko, and that one is more special for. It's very sturdy, but I'm using it for hiking, longer trails and so on. And this is a very good bag if you just go out in the woods and walk a little bit, and stay in one place for a couple of days and have fun. Well, enough said about that. See you later. Well, it's 3:30 and already getting dark. I'm inside now. Well, you can't see so much though, but it's very cozy inside. I'm going to make some coffee and take it easy for a while. Okay, so I have my headlamp on so you can see inside. Well, it's a little bit too much things over here, so I'm packing away the things I don't need, and then I will start to make some coffee instead. And outside I have a fire. As you can see, it's not so far from the tent, but it's as far as I need it to be, and it looks quite alright. Maybe I will adjust a little bit. It has been coming a little bit snow here, as you see, so it's snowing here, and well, anyways, it's gonna be fun to be inside under the night, and it's a really darkening up now. Well, there's the fire. I don't know if you see absolutely anything inside, but just a lamp. But it gives enough so that you can be inside and see everything. I have my baklava on me, so it's quite cold outside now, but the fire gear helps me a lot. I'm not gonna have any fire on the night, only when I eat my food, and today is gonna be, I have been eating sausages with mustard. Well, it's so easy sometimes. It's really something. Just to be beside a fire, that's enough. And you feel like you're in a calm place. Well, it has been a quite good experience with the tent today. It's gonna be a more experience now when I'm gonna sleep in it. Outside it's gonna be like -5 degrees Celsius, but I think it's gonna be like around about 2 to 5. It has been raining, it has been snowy, it has been windy, so sometimes the smoke has come into the tent, but it goes away after a while. Yeah, and it works. I like the tent. I will actually use it more in the winter now. I have a one-man's tent which should be working for the winter also, but it's nylon and you can't have a fire close to it. This way I like. This way it's gonna be a lot more easier to have a fire close to you and everything around you at the tent. So yeah, depending on what you're doing, you can have different equipment with you. Well, let's watch the fire for a while. Yeah, in the middle of the night, need to go up for taking a leak. It's not that's fun to go out when it's cold, but otherwise it's quite nice here and here still. My feet are a little bit cold, but I'm going to do something about it right now. I'm gonna use the inner part of the boots and take that with me inside the bag, the sleeping bag. Or maybe take a cup of tea, maybe. Yeah, maybe I do that. Anyways, see you later. Hello guys. It's morning outside and I'm checking my tent. It did actually collapse a little bit, and the pegs is not that good as I thought it would be, so I will change to the old ones. I guess the long ones which came with it is a little bit extra long and with hooks, so I will continue to keep them. You see here it has been holding well, but it ripped up from the ground, and there's nothing to it, just change the pegs. Anyways, I slept good, but my feet was a little bit cold, and I have to get something for that. Yeah, anyways, it was fun and I learned something, and that's what's important. Yeah, I will now pack everything up and head out home. And it's a wonderful warm morning. 5 degrees minus Celsius, and it's really nice.